Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest Series 24, and that is of course being Series 24, Blood of the Beast. So like always guys, in-depth story analysis and then my overall thoughts on this epic adventure. So, we're starting off with none other than Electro the Stormbird, and yes, we are ripping off Marvel already, aren't we, with Electro. But yeah, this is it, the start of a new series. So without further ado, my in-depth story analysis and overall thoughts on this epic adventure, and like always it's going to be in-depth story, so make sure you haven't read this book, that you've read it before watching this review, all that good stuff. That being said, let's get on with it. Before I begin, I want to say a few things about last book, which is Exarchon. I forgot to mention about Exarchon himself, but he was not only a powerful beast, but an intelligent great main villain, giving Tom a challenge every turn. And the fact he's the one responsible for destroying Tom's powers really makes him stand out from the rest. But with that being said, let's begin Series 24, Blood of the Beast. I was actually looking forward to seeing Tom go on adventures without his powers, but no, the book starts off after a special book, and because of Tom's victory over that beast, some powerful wizards will recreate Tom's powers, but it was just a copy. But it was not just a copy, but an improvement of those powers, with the armor feeling lighter than the previous incarnation. However, something went wrong, which caused Tom to collapse, but before Tom fully passed out, he spotted Rhea in the crowd, assuming she had done something to him. Okay, right now I'm not sure if Tom is aware Rhea has been back for a while, or this is the first time, or the first glimpse that she survived their previous main series encounter, but still I'm intrigued. Tom quickly told Eleanor of Rhea, and Eleanor instructed Hartman to stop Rhea. However, despite their efforts, Rhea got away, and Tom was now taken to the infirmary quickly. After some arguing who was to blame, Tom's armor and eyes had turned black. Tom then jumped out of bed and jumped out of the window, and a black Pegasus came and a black Pegasus came to pick him up as he jumped out the window as he flew off in the distance. Tom flew over Avantia, seeing his people as he flew over, but his dark powers made him believe he was treated as Avantia's slave, always depending on him to save their lives. Tom went to Rhea, now calling her mistress and becoming her henchman. She revealed that there was a beast called Crocol, who was defeated and turned into 3 separate beasts by Tanner, the original master of the beasts. She wanted Tom to go and defeat these beasts, claiming their tokens. When Tom asked why, she simply said, "None of your concern," and opened a portal to the new world. Eleanor and Dalta tried to stop Rhea and Tom, but it was too late. Rhea threw her henchmen into the portal. I must say, I'm really enjoying the setup so far, with Tom being evil and that, because no real series has done that to this extent, because when we last got an evil Tom with Cobra, I believe, that was more in line to the last book. This seems to be having an evil Tom straight from the get-go, which I really am intrigued by. Okay, Eleanor and Daltic were back at the palace, instructing in what had happened. In order to follow Rhea, Eleanor would need a way of travelling to another kingdom via a portal. Luckily, the Circle of Wizards had such a tool for such urgent matters. And since Avantia was desperate to get the Master of the Beast back, they allowed Eleanor to borrow their portal keys. Daltic accompanied her with an antidote to Tom's. Daltic accompanied her with an antidote and Tom's compass with a piece of the golden helmet, as that was the only piece of the armor they managed to remove from Tom. Daltic took a sample of the helmet, attaching it to Tom's compass, so it could help them find Tom. Pretty clever. The portal was open, and Eleanor was informed of what awaited her: 3 deadly beasts. Tom and Rhea arrived in Pylorus, which is the kingdom we're at now. The kingdom that contains the 3 deadly beasts. Rhea told how Crocol was created by the Pylorus's ruler until Kroll turned on its creator, destroying everyone in his path, until Tanner came to stop him. However, before anything else, they crashed into the desert and were captured by some villagers. They explained they needed some sacrifices for the beast Electro. Eleanor and Daltek were also in Pylorus now, and had felt a disturbance. After looking at the compass, they found where Tom was, they found where Tom was, and that there was a storm being caused by a mighty storm bird, Electro, and as thanks for payment, Electro held out her end of the bargain by giving the villagers water. Once Eleanor and Daltek arrived at the pyramid, the place where Tom and Rhea were tributed, Eleanor had quickly made her shot count and was ready to free Tom, but if she missed, well, he was done for. I should also mention Electro has a metal skeleton, and as the title implies, she can control the weather. So she's basically thanking the people by showering them with rain waters, because basically where the people are at is in the desert, and they really need water. So in order to get water, Electro needs sacrifices, basically. Anyway, though, we cut back to Rhea and Tom, who were still dangling to be bird bait. Rhea was starting to lose her faith in Tom, but before they could be eaten by Electro, Electro actually went after the shaman, not Tom and Rhea. My theory is that Electro saw them as using others to bail their way out of the agreement was cheap. Basically, I think Electro only accepts sacrifices from the desert people themselves and not strangers. The desert people intend to use them, are basically using other people as a way to cheap their way out of their deal, which is not how it should go down. So when Electro released the rain, you could see it as one of two ways. Like, I'm releasing the rain, but it's just to fool you, or like I'm releasing rain to show my anger and your disloyalty and all that stuff. Anyway, Rhea and Tom break free, and of course the shaman gets eaten. And before they could attack the villagers, Eleanor busted in to stop Tom. She then told Tom they could only stop Electro together. This made Tom get his ego fuming. He wanted to prove that he could take down any beast single-handed. So by undoing his jewel belt and timing it right, he jumped on the back of Electro, which caused the beast to take Tom into the heart of the storm. Also, I like how the cover art of the book tricks us into believing it's good Tom, while the actual version, the actual drawing of the book, he's wearing his golden armor, which is dark armor now, and he has the black eyes. It's a good way of hiding spoilers for new viewers. Tom was holding on as best as he could. Rhea was planning to do a runner, but soon they could see Electro was making her move. Eleanor shot one of her potion-infected arrows at Electro, which made her angry and go after Eleanor, only to find it was too late. The arrow had done its damage, fading Electro's entire body to nothing, leaving nothing more than a feather. Tom landed, losing his jewel belt, but he quickly snagged up the feather, and Rhea returned. She ordered Tom to give her the feather. Despite our hero's regret saying don't do it, Tom gave Rhea the feather, and in one more desperate attempt to save Tom, Eleanor tried using another potion-infected arrow, but her shot missed, and our villains made a retreat. Eleanor vowed, while there's blood in her veins, she would save her friend Tom. But yeah, there it is, guys. My attempt at, there's my little read-through of Electro the Stormbird. Overall, it's a good analysis. A few scuffles here and there, but nothing too major. So, like always, let's go over the characters of this epic series. And I want to say right now, the first book of Series 24 is very good. It's a very interesting story. They've never done this before with Tom being evil right from the get-go for a series, and I hope that remains consistent. I don't want to see Tom snap, he's back to normal on the next book, or something like that. Why? Because it's a good idea. It's a new way of Tom facing the darkness and trying to overcome it. And the other thing, it allows Eleanor to get some spotlight and be the main hero for once, which is pretty damn cool. Anyway, though, that being said, let's go over the characters. Starting off with, we're going to go with Eleanor first. Eleanor is the main character now in this series. Until we see Tom come back, she's in the driver's seat. She's the main character. So, again, this is awesome. Eleanor is finally the main character. But yeah, Eleanor is determined to rescue Tom regardless. They've been so much together. She's really felt a special bond of friendship between the two. And she tries her best to get him back. She's willing to use her arrows on Tom to save his life. She's willing to follow him to the ends of the earth and all that stuff. Very hot-powered and determined. It's clearly that Tom has an effect on her life. She's willing to go after him, and she even quotes Tom's iconic line, "Well, there's blood in my veins" at the end, seeing how far she's grown as a character. It's awesome. But yeah, moving on to Daltek, who becomes the secondary character now. He's basically the magician character who's creating all these potions and stuff to help, like, explain the situation, trying to understand. He's not as skilled as Adaro, but he's still trying to understand what's going on, and he's willing to give all these potions and stuff to Elena to help cure Tom. So it's really cool that he's becoming like the second companion once again. It also gives Daltek some more fun to do, because Daltek is normally in the background, but now he's on a quest himself, so he can get some more action in there. Moving on to we'll go over the villains now, and yes, Tom Krantz is a villain, believe it or not. Starting off with the main villain, Rhea. She's returned. Again, I'm not sure if they're aware that if, like, in a special, Rhea was established to be back to life. And that seems to be, I think that's the case, because our heroes don't seem to be, oh my god, Rhea is back, like she's alive from the dead and stuff. So I'm guessing Rhea appeared in a special, like, there was a main series, and then she came back in a special or something, I don't know. So, anyway, the Rhea is great in the villain. She does one of the smartest things that no other villain has done. Okay, Koba did it, but he did it a bit late, I would say. And that is turn Tom evil. Corrupting the armor with her Kens's magic spells that she's been taught, and manipulate him to be her henchman. Awesome stuff. I really enjoy that. And she first has her doubts on Tom, but yeah, it kind of makes sense, because he's the one who foiled her plans. And having the Master of the Beasts is the one guy, you know, if I capture Tom, he's the one guy who can stop the beasts. So if I get Tom, then no one can stop my beast from destroying the kingdoms and stuff. So, very good plan there. Really enjoying it. Rhea is rising up her ranking as one of the better villains in Beast Quest. And I'll probably rank the villains when I'm done with the main series of Beast Quest, I think. So, yeah. Who knows? I don't think I'll wait as long as the specials, because I don't want to keep guys like as much of your time up. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, moving along to Tom himself, who is now the henchman of Rhea. And he is a very good henchman. He's kind of like, if you've seen the Lynxie series, my show, the Lynxie series, he's basically like the Viper. Good character turns evil, and is hesitant whether what he's doing is right or wrong. But in the end, he gets corrupted by the magic spell and still follows through. And it's happened in other things where we have like Tommy Oliver from Power Rangers and other stuff like that. So it's nice to have this callback finally. And it took this long for this plot to happen, where the hero turns to the dark side like Anakin Skywalker. So yeah, basically Tom is great as the henchman. He's still not sure like what to do, but the reason why his motivation is he sees that the dark power basically infuses, in my mind, it basically shows the negative traits of what Avanti is doing to him in a way. And Tom's good-hearted soul managed to put those selfish thoughts aside, but now that he's corrupted a bit, those selfish thoughts are basically showing themselves more often, like, yeah, the people are dependent on me to solve their problems, and he doesn't like that, so he allows this, in a way, you know, that's why he doesn't like the people, because the people are dependent on him, and he doesn't allow him to do what he wants in his own life. So he goes to Rhea, who basically, and the reason why he's serving Rhea is for two reasons. One, because she promises him the adventure of a lifetime, which is what Tom loves, going on adventures. And two, because she in a twisted way, she saved him, allowing him to see what another side of the people, like, oh, they're dependent on you and stuff. But she wants to, and even though Tom's a bit hesitant, even though Dark Tom is a bit hesitant to trust her because she is, quote unquote, a villain, he still would rather take that chance than be Avantia's lapdog, and that's in his words. Even though he didn't say it, I'm just trying to think in his mind. But yeah, moving along, then he basically he gets captured a bit easily, because Rhea doesn't understand why Tom isn't winning in the fight, and we know why, because in order for Tom to claim victory in his fights, he needs help. And she may have like a powerful warrior with all the enchantments and the armor and stuff, but Tom still needs the help of his allies to finish the job. So there's that. And so thanks to that, we get to see Tom struggle. And I do like at the end where like we have to work together, but Tom would rather. But Tom, I like how Tom turns this on her head and sees it as once again Avantia questioning his abilities or using him in a way, and he basically pulls a gung-ho moment and decides that he wants to prove that he can take this beast down, which again Rhea was doubting Tom could do, because like I should have known you wouldn't be able to do this. I don't have doubts. And to us, the audience who are watching this, we know that Tom normally beats the beast with help. But to be fair, yes, while Tom, quote-unquote, does start, he doesn't really defeat the beast. He starts the revolution on the beast, and it's Eleanor who's the one who finishes it off. So that's another brownie point for Eleanor, who helps finish it off. And I'm not sure if that was Tom's intention. Like, he knew that's what Eleanor would do, so he could claim the token for his mistress. I don't know. Okay, I did forget to mention the beast. Electro is basically nothing more. It's like Electro gets shafted this book, which is understandable because the plot is just set up. It's more focused on the characters. The beast essentially is nothing more than a brute that demands sacrifice and could control the powerful weather. Much of a tyrant as like most previous beasts. Not really much development there. So there isn't much to say than the beast, and it's just another powerful foe to basically develop the plot, to basically prove to Tom that I can still do this. So basically Electro is nothing more than a plot contrivance for the first book, essentially. But I'm sure when we get to the other three beasts down the road, there'll be more development. So there isn't really much to the first beast, which is, I'd say, the book's one weakness is its beast, but it kind of has to be in order for it to be perfect. So there isn't much to say about Electro, but I would say it's a pretty cool beast nonetheless. So that being said, though, this is that's my little thoughts on Electro, the beast itself. But either way you like it, it's a great starter book, all around happy days. I'm really looking forward to continuing on this adventure because we've got a new concept going on. And this series, if it goes the way I want it to, it may be really high on my Beast Quest series list. So when I get to re-ranking the series with Series 25, and I know Series 26 is on there, but until it's officially released, I'm saying Series 25 is the last current series. Even though that's not been released either, it's the series that has revealed the covers. So I'm counting that as the last current series. So Series 25 is the last one. But yeah, again, I'm really looking forward to this. If the series goes the way I want it to, it may go really high on my book. And with all these covers showing good Tom, that could easily fool us being, oh, it's actually evil Tom. A great status quo right there. Really looking forward to it. I can't say any more. Anyway, join us next time where I'll be continuing on this series of Beast Quest with our next awesome beast being. And boy, I'm looking forward to this one. Pronouncing the name right? Is it Flugger or Flugger? I'm going to say Flugger because that sounds more intimidating. So it is Flugger, the Slightless Sliverer. And that's going to be hard to say because he has so many ers at the end. But yeah, next time we're doing Flugger, the Slightless Sliverer. And he's basically a giant squid. Great. Wait, not a giant squid, I take it back. He's not a giant squid, he's a giant shrimp. Yes, we literally finally have a giant shrimp for a beast. Till next time, guys. Peace.